Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. As you see what's going on a lovely little island of Fawnhollow today. There's another new Monday. You know what that means? New crazy red stock in Harv's Island, I guess. I don't really know if Monday has any significance, I suppose, apart from, being the start of a new week and new beginnings. And, well, I suppose that kind of depends if you start your weeks on Sunday or Monday. Okay, well, let's not get too down a rabbit hole there, or what was meant to be just a throwaway opening line. Yeah, but, I'm still working on New Horizons Year 3 thumbnail art. Yesterday would have been the anniversary, I suppose, for Animal Crossing, had I not missed 4 days or so in Year 1, but it's been 2 years since New Horizons been released. How fun is that? Hello everyone, right now in Fawnhallow, it's 2:38 PM on Monday, March 21st, 2022. So this must be Crazy Red. Crazy Red's visiting our island. Of course, we're looking for Bust of Nefertiti or Rosetta Stone as the only two things we want. Yeah, it's crazy to think it's actually been 2 years since New Horizons been released. I don't think I've ever played an Animal Crossing game quite as religiously as I have in New Horizons. I don't know. Wild World and Let's Go to City. City Folk if you're American, or not from a power region. Might have been pretty close. I don't want to throw this away. I'm not going to throw this away. Might have been pretty close, but I don't think I played them every single day for 2 years, certainly. And at least I definitely didn't play them every single day, but played them at least once, probably multiple times a week, is what I'd say. Maybe for longer, which is a bit of a wonder now I think back to my younger self, how I spent so much time, I suppose, actually in Animal Crossing. Not to say, Animal Crossing's a bad game or anything like that, but it's just I don't know who this is going to be. This is probably one of the snooty villagers, I assume. Not to say that, Animal Crossing bad game, there's no content. I mean, there is content, it was just, I suppose now I have a much higher variety of things I could be doing. Or I need to be doing, I suppose. So, I'm gone over days of spending 6 hours in Animal Crossing. But it's crazy to think about the 2 years that passed, I suppose, since then. I remember when it was first announced, the Animal Crossing thing, and in that Nintendo Direct, ever so long ago, I can't remember, it was, what am I doing? I don't remember what the rest of the Direct was about, but I remember it was actually one of a few Directs I watched with a few friends on a Discord call. I can't remember why exactly, that one in particular, but maybe because there were rumours of an Animal Crossing thing, or people were just oh man, there's got to be an Animal Crossing announcement, and then there was just Isabel in the town hall, and everyone was oh my god, Animal Crossing, look at this, new graphics for Animal Crossing and everything, what's this going on? And then it turns out she got invited to Super Smash Bros, and what did I just pick up? Wedding candle set. She got invited to Super Smash Bros Ultimate, and I was just I remember being so mixed on it all the time, being I'm really happy that she's in it, but I really wanted this to be Animal Crossing, and part of me is kind of sad it's not, but it's still good news in the end. And then Tom Nook appears and is oh, Animal Crossing announcement, everyone just goes wah. So really, even though it's only been 2 years, I guess it simultaneously feels like it's been upwards of 4 years, but also no time at all at the same time, you get me, you feel me? Because of the anticipation of waiting for it for so long, it certainly contributed, I suppose, to that aspect. The years passing by, and at the same time, it's it's really sort of flown by, hasn't it? Look how much you've changed since you started watching. I don't know. I'm trying to speak you're one of your older relatives or something like that. I don't even know who you are, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a hot while, I suppose, since then. But that wasn't really what I was going to talk about. I mean, I guess I could talk about it. Well, I guess the question is, when do you think the next Animal Crossing episode? Not episode. I mean, the next episode's going to be tomorrow. But when the next Animal Crossing installment in the series is going to come out. I don't think this is yours, Pecan, because I'm not entirely convinced I'm at a high enough friendship level with you to actually identify your stuff like this. It's Amelia's, okay. I wonder that, I'm not sure if I question this or not, if it's sub-personalities, which I talked about a couple of episodes ago. I wonder if that influences what the actual what these lost items are like, because Amelia likes fashion and exercise, so maybe that has a bit of a influence over the type of dialogue you see when you pick up these lost items. Probably doesn't, because it probably would have said in the guide now I think about it, but still, that would have been cool. Anyway, we're not here to sort of reminisce on things that could have been. What could have been? I think it's a Phineas and Ferb song, as your Phineas and Ferb reference for whatever. So come on, Rosetta Stone, Bust of Nefertiti, Rosetta Stone, Bust of Nefertiti. I don't know, I haven't really watched that Nintendo Direct for ages. Oh, we don't want any of these. You know what, Red? Okay, wait, hold on. That one's at least a legitimate wild pack with dogs or whatever, so I'll at least buy this. But that's it, Red. I'm getting very upset at you for not giving me these last two things, even though I know statistically it's not really on my side because it's like a 1 in... How many art pieces are there? 80 or something? So it's like a 1 in 40 chance. Actually, it is a bit higher than that, isn't it? It's 1 minus like 38 to the power 40. No, wait, what? 38 over 40 times to the power 4. There we go. What's that? I don't know. It's like 90%? No, wait, 10%. Wait. Yeah, 10%. Hold on. I did it backwards. Sorry, I'm getting really distracted. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. I mean, you might be like, oh, how's New Horizons Farmland art come along? It's come along quite nicely. The art's nice, you know, the time lapse. The time lapse, I must say, there's so many parts to the time lapse because I've spent so long on this one, like compared to before, like, there are 28 parts of a video time lapse right now. That is insane. Why are there so many parts? I don't know if all of them are all particularly that long. It doesn't feel like I spent that long on it, but still, 13 gigabytes of video footage right now. I was considering actually commentating over it because I'm probably not actually going to be here on Friday, which is going to be the first day of year 3, which is going to be a shame. So I thought like I'd probably dub over this thumbnail art time lapse and do my like not congratulatory messages, but my celebratory messages and thank yous as I think in that video rather than in the actual Animal Crossing video because I'm not going to be here for the actual Animal Crossing video probably. So I did actually end up recording 2 backlog videos yesterday. Turns out I didn't need to record them all in one day, but that's okay. Getting them knocked out of the way is completely fine. I'll just be recording 1 extra one today and it'll be all good. Yeah, so that's going on. Other artists have done like sort of like artistic commentaries over like time lapses of things they've done, commented about what techniques they use and their motivations or certain things. I think I'd like to do that as well. It's just sort of like part of me mentally, I'm just like I'm not really like a professional artist. Like I guess I'm hobbyist kind of, but it's sort of like I definitely don't have the sort of qualifications or the skills necessary. I think to really bring much of a perspective. I think on that sort of thing. I can't really talk like in depth about things like colour. Well, I mean, okay, like I know like basic colour theory and composition and things like that, but I haven't really been like formally taught in any sort of like institution or anything like that. So I don't really know exactly necessarily the best practices or anything like that. I just sort of work on instinct and what I've like learned and copied from other people. Well, I shouldn't say copied, that makes it sound like plagiarism, but like I mean like imitated from other people in that sort of sense. Hold on, do we actually learn this recipe? We should learn this recipe. Okay, we already know this recipe. But I think at least it would be a nice one to sort of tie together like 2 years or whatever. Because I didn't really do it, well, I haven't done it for any of my previous thumbnail arts. It was actually the first thumbnail art I ever did. I was considering doing it, like it was Spiritfarer, right? I was considering doing it, doing some sort of commentary over the top, but I was like, I don't really know what I'm going to say. But now, you know, at least I can sort of fill up the commentary over the top, just being like, thank yous or support and that sort of thing. And it's kind of crazy how long it's been, etc, 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 etc. And I can talk a little bit about it because I know people are interested anyway. Like, even though I'm not an expert or anything like that, I'm still okay. I mean, certainly I'm better than, if you take an average of all the people in the world, I'm probably better than the median average, maybe not the median average, the mean average, because a lot of people don't out there, you know, don't really partake in art and that sort of thing. And if you're anything like me, you really like to appreciate people who are better than you at things and learn at least a sort of understanding the motivations and why they use certain techniques, etc, etc, etc. Whenever someone can break down something which you don't know very well, but put it in simplistic terms to make you understand it pretty well, that's when I'm just like, yes, I'm all about that. So maybe it'll be interesting to see in that sort of sense. And I don't know, I suppose it fits into the sort of casual commentary, the sort of relaxing vibes I like to put out with these sort of videos anyway. So it's really sort of like no harm, no foul. The only downside is I'm going to have to render like a video twice, which is going to be an utter nightmare. Like, my computer's decent, but it's not built to render videos or anything like that. If anything, I suppose I need to get like 16 gigabytes more RAM or something, which I mean, I wasn't particularly considering video rendering, I suppose, when I actually built this computer years and years ago. How long has it been? Sorry, my wrist keeps making a weird clicking noise. Probably like all the drawing I've been doing. It's not a good thing. I'm doing like carpal tunnel exercises just to make sure, you know, I don't develop some sort of repetitive stress injury, because that would be subpar, one might say. But I think it could at least give like an interesting insight. I don't know. Like, I feel like when people do these milestones, we always do like these Q&A and these grand things. I don't really know if I want to do a Q&A. That's perhaps a little bit too personal, but I mean, maybe if I can field enough questions about sort of thing. But I don't think people are all that interested about like who I am. I feel like I talk about most of the sort of surface level things about who I am in these videos anyway, so it's not really all that big a deal. I know most of the things I kind of talk about tend to be sort of like anecdotal, random evidence and sort of passing thoughts on things, but I still think gives a lot of illumination about, I suppose, who I am as a person. To a certain extent. Of course, you know, it's only a snapshot into my life, but, you know, it's kind of things that I'd be willing to share anyway. But things like a Q&A, I feel like would be like, I don't know, you really know if I want to answer a lot of these questions. I'm not a particularly open person. I'm quite secretive, I will certainly say. We don't have enough inventory space, so we need to actually clear out inventory space. So we're going to go sell things before we, yeah, we're going to go sell some things and then we'll dig up these flowers and then go to Halves Island and put stuff away. So I don't know, maybe Q&A should be like a subscriber milestone. Maybe when I hit like 500 or 1,000, I'll do like a very simple Q&A, and you know, that sort of thing. I know people are interested in that sort of thing, which, you know, it's kind of wild to me because I feel like I'm not particularly interested in in that sort of thing with like media property I consume, like a YouTubers and that sort of thing. Like I watch YouTubers, of course. I watch like Northern Lion, I like watch Drawfee, I watch, I don't know, I can't really think off the top of my head. That's why I go to my YouTube and then they keep on vamping until I find out exactly the type of people I watch. It's really just Northern Lion. Oh, Keen, that's true, TSM Keen. Like I feel like even though I like watching her videos, I'm not particularly like invested into their lives. Well, at least not to the extent where like I mean, it's not like if something bad happens to them, I'd be like, haha, good. No, obviously not. I mean to sort of the extent where like, you know, their personal life is their personal life. I'm not really a part of it, so I'm not all that involved with learning more about them on a personal level, because, you know, at the end of the day, to me, they are, I suppose, entertainers. I'm watching them for the entertainment. It's not like celebrities, but I suppose, you know, people out there certainly do like getting invested in celebrities in their lives as well. And me personally, I just never particularly was. I'm not gonna, I mean, like, if you're interested in celebrity culture or celebrity life, that sort of thing, as long as you're, in my opinion, as long as you're not toxic with it, as long as you're not, you know, like threatening or anything like that, or, you know, impeding on other people's life or hurting anyone, do what you want, I suppose. To a certain degree, you know, you got to be careful, I suppose, about exactly the way you phrase these sort of things. But yeah, so I can't imagine QA would be that interesting. Also, I'm not like that interesting a person. I feel like I'm like, I don't know, and I don't mean that like in a supremely self-depreciating way, that sort of thing. Because if you say something like that, people will be like, nah, you are interesting. I'm like average, I suppose. Not average in everything. You can't be an average in everything. That's kind of like statistically not average, I suppose. But more like I don't have many like interesting stories or like a backstory or like lore about me. I'm not like I mean, I suppose it's sort of like a false dilemma. I'm sort of like comparing myself to like media properties where characters were specifically created to have like interesting backstory or dynamic things to like carry an ongoing theme or plot with. Well, you know, I'm just actually just like a human being, so I don't have that like necessarily built into me. But yeah, the reason I'm talking about, not the reason I'm talking about this, it's more like I saw that there was a lot of news about Jaden Animations, who is a YouTuber I don't watch, but you know, I respect for, because she does some really cool animation stuff. She recently released a video where she came out as asexual and aromantic. Good for her, is what I'll say. I don't really know like her at all, but you know, good for her, I suppose. She's a very notable, prolific YouTuber, I suppose. So having her make a video about it and talking about it is, you know, cool. Is probably what I say. But yeah, she's like one of those other sort of like artists who draw like these incredible sort of things, these animations, and I'm just like, oh, I can't want to do this sort of animation things as well. But then I'm just like, you know, I don't think I'd want to do it like a Jaden Animation styles, where she talks about like her life, right, and her anecdotes and like her sort of perspective on things. I kind of want to just like make my own animations or like animate the worlds in my head, I suppose, but not my world, I suppose. Does that make sense? Because I'd imagine, you know, I suppose I shouldn't be here to give sort of like meta commentary, because I don't really know, but like I imagine it must be very tiring, sort of trying to balance that sort of like creative expression, but also the weird sort of parasocialness that comes with uploading things to like social media sites as well, especially when they become very personal, like this sort of thing. I'm like, would I want that? Is that the sort of life I want? I don't really know, to be perfectly honest. But hey, I don't really know where I was going with this. Like, I've seen some videos from June animations. I think, like, I've only really seen her from, when she's been on, like, a couple of Draw Free episodes or something, or, like, collaborated with them, or that sort of thing. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose I'm sort of in two minds about it. Where I'm like, oh, it's kind of like you have tons of friends when you do, like, when you're, like, very big on the social media thing, and you have, like, tons of people supporting you, that sort of thing. But then I'm also like, parasocial relationship, that ain't good. Who knows, really? Who knows? Anyway, I suppose it's not really something I need to worry about. So, yeah, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think a Q&A will be very interesting. But there's at least one special anniversary quote video planned. I don't know if it's going to even be funny or interesting or anything. If you don't know, last year I did like a sort of roundup in Fawnhollow where I basically did, not like a tour, but like I did a sort of medley about montage about Fawnhollow, about all the people who, all the memories I made in it and all the villagers who were there. You can find it, it's like the welcoming video to my channel, that sort of thing. It's not like amazing, I'm not like an outstanding video editor or anything like that, so excuse me. But I was considering doing that again, and I was like, there's no point in doing that again because like my island hasn't changed in the past year really. And it like very much the dynamic I feel like has changed, I suppose, in Animal Crossing from this year compared to last year, because you know the first year is all about sort of discovering the game and that sort of thing, and you know, making memories. In New Horizons now it's much more just sort of like a daily ritual, I suppose, is a bit stronger word, a way to pass time, but still. If I was far more talented at drawing that sort of thing, I would certainly do like a small animation, animating some things on Fawnhallow, but I don't really have much experience in animation. It's one of those things I always really want to learn to do, but it's really time consuming. Like, it's really time consuming creating digital art. Like, even thumbnail arts, like, the simple ones I can do in about 2 hours, and you know, some of the harder ones go up to like 4 hours and that sort of thing. That's still, you know, kind of a lot of time, even if it's recreational. And they're not even the most complicated like digital art things like what I draw or do, because, you know, they're very simplistic, for a couple of reasons. One, they tend to be quite heavily simplified because, you know, they're so small. I don't need to put as much detail on. I want to focus on the character D, and she takes up most of the screen, so, you know, a lot of times there's even, like, for example, in Death's Door one, it could have taken a long time if I had to draw those characters, but then, you know, I experimented with it conceptually, and I was like, there's no point. It's going to be so tiny anyway. If I make D too small, you're not even going to be able to see her, and it's just going to kind of look like a worstly drawn version of the actual official art of Death's Door, which I didn't want. And a lot of the time is, you already have, like, established styles, composition, and colours already picked out for you, because I'm working from, like, official art, like. But the one I always think back to is Tangled Tower, which is basically, it's one of the ones which I think worked really well, but I basically just, like, imitated exactly the official art for it, because, you know, that's just kind of what you want to do if you want to represent the game, but then you just put D into it, and it's got very simplistic art style, so a lot of times it ends up being quite simple. So it'd be nice to create sort of like a much more freeform, I suppose, thing for this channel, for Fawnhollow, which is kind of what I'm aiming to do with this, new thumbnail art. I mean, I guess already, like, the first year Animal Crossing thumbnail art was, of course, based on the official art for New Horizons. The second one was much more freeform, but I'm kind of iffy on that because I kind of did like a weird, like, halfway house in between, like, my style and the Animal Crossing style, which is, looking back at it, like, the sort of anthropomorphized versions of the villages I drew are kind of weird. They kind of look like really elongated. So, the one I'm doing for this one is they're slightly shifted on a more anthropomorphic scale, but not that much, I suppose, compared to usual. They still look very much like Animal Crossing villages. Like, I got to open, just punch my screen on my other monitor here. Like, Phoebe looks basically straight out of the game, not straight out of the game, but like in the same sort of style as the game, I should say. Like, Rowan just looks more muscly, I suppose. Audie looks a little bit, Audie and Vivian look a bit taller, that's about it. But it's all very kept sort of like in universe to Animal Crossing, but D is just drawn as D, so it might look a bit strange. I don't think it looks that weird. And also yesterday I was talking about how much I was struggling with redrawing like D's face. You'll see that in the art timelines, maybe I'll talk about it. Because of the first iteration I drew of D, I'm just like, oh, I hate this so much, but I don't know why. I mean, when I put my finger on why, it's because, one, it didn't look like D. She looked like, it was like too far trying to go to the Animal Crossing style, making things overly cutesy, which is not really what D's like. I mean, D's cute, but she's not like a chibi doll or that sort of thing. So I read her, and, you know, I think she looks better. She looks much more consistent on my art style, I suppose, is the way I need to put it. Right now I'm working on drawing a background. It's It's alright, you know. I actually quite like drawing skies and clouds in these sort of things. Like, here's a random digital art pro tip for you. If you want to draw a background, one of the easiest ones to do is a sky. Like, skies look impressive and they're super easy to draw. You just get a nice sort of gradient from the dark blue down to a much lighter sort of paler faded blue. And then to draw clouds, just get, you know, like a soft grey brush and just like sort of make circles and then go over top of it and put a little bit of shading on. You know, and boom, done. Impressive looking sky. And if you want to make it even look even cooler, you can put a little bit of like lens flaring. So I need to do that. I need to draw the grass as well. The grass I'm not looking forward to because the Animal Crossing grass, if you don't know, is all made up of shapes of like triangles and squares. Actually, I haven't paid attention. What is it in Fawnhollow? Because I don't know if this is still the case in this version, but at least in some of the previous versions, that every town had a different shaped grass. Like you could either get squares, triangles, or stars, I believe. No, squares, triangles, or circles. And then the snow could be either like squares, triangles, or stars or something. We have triangles. I don't know if every island's like that. I never actually paid attention. Hold on. This is where you go to Google. Google has always got answers for you. Excuse me. New Horizons. Grass. Grass changes. I don't know. It kind of looks like everyone's got triangles. At least all these pictures are triangles. Different grass patterns. I just realised there's different grass patterns. This is about New Horizons from 3 years ago. So that can't be about New Horizons. It does seem like in New Horizons everyone's just got triangles. Huh, weird. Not in a bad way. You know what? I was dreading drawing a grass, but what if someone, because I'm using Clip Studio Paint, which is a fantastic tool. I don't know what Nook missions we actually have left to do. We're going to sell some things, I think is what we're going to do. We're going to chop some woods and sell some things. Clip Studio Paint, which has a lot of like community-made tools and that sort of thing. Like I downloaded quite a few different brushes, that sort of thing. I wonder if anyone's made Animal Crossing grass sort of pattern. Triangle pattern brush? Ooh. Is this exactly what I wanted? I personally used it for Animal Crossing Found Out for the grass. You know, thank you Dan Evans, I'm downloading this right now. Why make things difficult for yourself when you can make things easy? It's like one of the things that like I'm careful to speak as if I'm not speaking like I'm actually a professional artist, but like you know, if you can make art easier for yourself, do it. You know, I'm certainly like when I was starting out at fault myself for not trying to do things like that. You know, it's things like using references. You know, when you're starting out, you're being like, oh, great artists can always draw like directly from their mind's eye and that sort of thing. So I got to learn to do that as well. Nah, you know what? All artists use references. Use those references. You know, not steal necessarily, but like memorize styles and things that you like, and things that you've seen before, and you reuse them, retool them, repurpose them, reboot it, renew it. How's that animated song go? Something like that. Just do stuff like that. It's like a lot of my first like art I tried to do digital art, I did it without reference, about something terrible. Started using references, fantastic. And one of the biggest ones closed because I really like I'm like kind of interested in fashion in that to that sort of degree. But then like I tried to like basically draw things, draw like fashion just like off the top of my head. That's really hard if you're not like a fashion designer who have years of experience, and often, you know, I'm sure they reference different trends and that sort of thing themselves and look at pictures themselves before they even consider starting like trying to design anything. Yeah, trying to draw clothes from just like off the top of your head, that's really hard. Drawing anything from the top of your head tends to be pretty difficult. So use references if you need it. Sorry, it was long and short. Art tutorial monologue over. I don't know what I'm going to title this episode. I'm going to be honest. I guess I'll just title it like 2 years later or something like that. It's a bit of a reminiscent, but I don't even know what I've talked about, to be honest, in this episode. I need to record a Happy Home Paradise after this as well, because I need 3 backup days. So okay, that's why I get Clip Studio Paint open, get my pattern brush. I'm not sure where to put this, but I want to. I guess I'll put it in here in ruled lines, whatever this means. Where's my downloaded material? Is this a triangle brush? That doesn't look like a triangle brush. Oh, maybe I need to. Did it download it? Oh, it opened Clip Studio. but it didn't download it. I forgot, because for some reason you got to sign in every time you download anything on Clip Studio. At least I do. By the way, if you're considering getting Clip Studio, I would certainly recommend it, but you should probably wait until there's an actual sale. They allow you to have a free trial of it for 3 months, and there's a sale about every 3 months. So, just wait until 3 months have passed, and bada bing, bada boom. Snatch it up. And with discounted price. Triangle pattern brush, successfully downloaded. I will say, a lot of the things I download from Clip Studio Paint, they're all in, like, Japanese. I'm not fluent in Japanese, so it makes it very difficult. Okay, let's see what this triangle brush even looks like. See if it looks any good. Oh yeah, fantastic. That's going to make things much easier. Okay, what the heck is this icon? I don't know. Another weird thing about Clip Studio is the fact that you can have custom sort of icons for all the brushes you download. So whenever I'm using an icon, sometimes it's like, what the heck is this icon? I don't even know what this one is. I'm trying to... It looks like a sort of like strange monster, I suppose. I really can't tell what this is. It looks like a monster wearing glasses and there's a pencil behind him. Anyway, we're going to do this daily exercise. We're going to round off this episode here. I'm going to go do my Happy in Paradise, and then I'm going to continue work on this digital art. Hopefully I can get it finished in time. Let me think. Friday's actually day. I'm not going to be around Friday, so I need to finish it by Thursday. I think I'll finish in time. I think the time-consuming stuff of line up is done. The sky should be easy. The grass is now going to be super easy. I'm not sure. I guess shading's going to take a while, but I'm probably going to do a much more simplistic style than shading style than what I did before. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. Maybe I'll just give everything soft shadows. We'll see. I suppose I do need to do patterns. I need to still do like brick and wood patterns and textures. That's going to be a bit annoying, but no, it's not going to be the end of the world. Sometimes you just got to do it. You just got to do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Quoth Shia LaBeouf. That's neither here nor there. Yeah, you'll see that for yourself. And then, okay, so it's not a promise that I'm going to commentate over the top of them. I'm not going to commentate over the top of this thumbnail art time lapse, but I'm going to try to. I'm going to try to, and I think it'll be at least a little bit fun. That's probably what I'll do. Maybe. Oh, I accidentally missed that. So yeah, I suppose it's a 2 years retrospective, kind of. In New Horizons. Here's to 2 more years. Actually, I did see on Reddit, a good point is that we didn't get a cake present, I suppose. Like we did last year, we got like 1 year celebration in New Horizons. Maybe I didn't expect people to be continuously playing it, I suppose, 2 years later, but, here I am. And not just me, I'm sure lots of people are as well. But for now, we'll round off this episode here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Any likes, comments, subscription, shares are greatly appreciated. Join me Dear Darling Discord, follow me on Twitter down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye for now.